Alright, we're recording. Go nuts.
Alright, I am Gazian. This is my fifth game of the night, and the one that I'm actually DMing. So let's jump right into this. We are going to be playing Eclipse phase, and the players are going to be infiltrating a secret research site on the Jovian moon of Io. Last thing they knew, they were going in to get scanned and have a beta fork created, and then their well, a beta fork is usually just a copy of yourself, slightly restricted. An alpha fork is a perfect copy, effectively indistinguishable from your true mind. They actually got alpha forks made because this is an incredibly dangerous mission that they needed, well, a suicide trigger for. So, yeah, there's now two of you running around. And you each wake up in a morph pod at a biologist's lab in this black site on Io. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Before we do, I'd just like to say thank you to E&D Schultz for donating $10 towards the cause. And also, I am Garmbreak1. Today I will be playing David.
You want to tell us a little bit about both your ego, which is your character's mind, and your morph, which is your 3D printed body?
I am occupying the body of a nurse droid, because nobody ever suspects the nurse. And my ego is an infomorph desperately pretending to be a human. A completely normal human. My name is David. Hello, I am David.
Guess I'll go next because I'm in the line in roll 20. I'm Dorp. I do art sometimes, most of the time.
It's good art.
I'm playing morph is a fury, so I'm an angry punch person. And my ego is just a person who was unfortunately part of multiple experiments and kind of other people.
I'm Connor. I play a lot of tabletop games and basically nothing else. My morph is a Menton, so I'm a brain boy. And my ego, I was an octopus. And I like to write and hack.
And I am Michi. I am playing Camille. My morph is an observer, which is just basically a lot of observing. And my ego is a scum-born anarchist who is very mad that there's data that's not for everyone.
So, to reiterate what brought this eclectic group together, on the darknet there was a covert whistleblower. In fact, the biologist who you can see working carefully with their back to you across the lab, whistling loudly to themselves. Pretty tunelessly, too. It's kind of just they're making noise. Maybe they didn't want to hear the tanks decanting or something? Plausible deniability, I guess. Anyways, they put out a notice on the darknet warning you guys, well, warning anyone who would listen about a breakthrough about to happen here on the Jovian moons, and how, if it was allowed to proceed unimpeded, it would likely spell the end of every other faction, letting the Jovian militocracy take over the rest of the system.
By Jove.
Thank you, Garm. Thank you so much for that. Really needed that.
Amazing.
God damn it.
Keep a straight face, Gazian. I believe in you.
I delivered can't keep a straight face. That's the one face I can't have.
I delivered like 6 freaking pages of dialogue as Morgan Blackhead. You can do this.
You've set a good example for me. There's, as always, the slight pop of a morph pod detaching, and then the quiet draining away of all the fluids that your bodies were grown in. And then you see crates and boxes laid up along the right side of the wall. The biologist is working on the left. There's a door up against the far side. And the four of you stumble out of your pods, I guess, ready to deal with whatever this incursion was. The biologist has previously noted they will not be able to help you because they cannot be seen appearing to aid you, or else their own life is in danger from Jovian's secret police. All they could do was get you here, get you your equipment, and get you a morph. From this point forward, you are on your own to discover what the purpose of this black site is, and what is the new Jovian threat.
All right.
Would any of you like to do anything right off the bat?
Get dressed.
Yeah, I presume get dressed, pick up your things, but then past that. Unless, one of you just wants to go for the full-on naked morph running around a research base.
Naked snake.
Is it mission failure if we knife this guy?
If you what?
Knife this guy.
No, but
Well,
considering he's the
listen.
one who arranged you to end up there.
No, that means he's a weak link. He knows what happened.
Yeah.
Knifing him is a
I
last
won't
resort.
stop you.
You
I
pull out the
mean,
knife and then just shakes her head. No.
No.
I would suggest
No.
wait until we are done here,
And then
and
knife.
if, maybe tie up loose ends if we need to,
God.
if we don't blow it all to hell.
If we knife him now, that's going to be problems.
Maybe.
All right. Well, let me, David, know when you need somebody knifed. I am David.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, David. I'm
Yeah, that's an
Verdana.
important question. Do you guys know each other already? Have any of you worked together before?
I'm
I
David.
mean,
This sounds like a no. You're all meeting just now for the first time.
do you know? Mitchie, what's your character's name?
Camille.
Okay, does Camille? I'm a fellow anarchist.
That's fair.
Dance.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, I spend a lot of time scrounging around in the net. It's possible I've heard of people, but other than that,
Ned, I just blow shit up.
I take a lot of care to not be found.
You probably haven't met.
Probably not.
I am going to interrupt you guys real fast. So normally how we've been doing the donation incentives is rerolls. Instead, in Eclipse phase, because it's slightly more versatile, we are going to go with your $5 will buy someone a point of Moxie, which lets them
Ooh.
ignore all negative modifiers, flip-flop the D100 result, so you could turn a 38 into an 83, for instance. So you probably want to do that the other way around. Lower is better here. You can just reroll something, or you can turn any success into a critical success, or any critical failure into just a normal failure.
Cassian, my friend and comrade, I have a question.
Yes,
Does-
Garmbreak, my love.
Does that apply only to our own rolls? Could I flippity floppity somebody's 38 into an 83
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes, you could.
Stellar.
Are you with this?
I don't know if that's how Eclipse Phase technically works, but I'm decreeing it so. Gavel hammer.
Right
Bang.
phase.
Alright, we paranoia now.
Yes.
Oh no.
Nate just waves amiably at everyone and stands there stuck still.
Camille is going to get the guardian angel up and running, just for insurance.
Do you want to describe your guardian angel to the stream?
It's rather nondescript. It's just kind of a little, robot that kind of just flies around her. Unless you try to harm her, and then it shoots you.
See, that's an important point right there.
Yeah. I'm
It's-
going to get my creepy and my spec. Make sure they're fine.
All right. You all check over your equipment. Nothing seems to be wrong. Everything appears to be in order. And then the biologist stops whistling, kind of turns, catches a glimpse of you out of the corner of his eye, and frantically waves towards the door, mouthing, "Get out."
All right.
I'll just start walking out.
Just all casual like.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's like going towards the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just heading out with a trail of robots. It's fine.
Good
Oh
point, man,
right,
if you
you've
guys
got like
want.
a swarm of drones.
Yeah. There's how many
Lot of
robots do I
buzzing.
have?
A lot of buzzing noises.
They're very quiet.
No, Michi, you got some kind of like buzzing noises coming through your mic.
Oh. That's probably crickets.
Yes.
Oh, so it is. Suppose I can't ask you to turn them off.
No, but we can figure out the temperature.
That's yeah.
Yeah, there are no
It's snowing
crickets here.
here.
There's no crickets here.
Well,
It's like
cricket
41 out.
chirps are directly correlated with
No,
the temperature.
no, I know.
So if you listen to crickets, you can actually figure out the temperature. It's real cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did not know that.
Yeah, science, guys. Biology is fucked.
It is. It is.
Well, I'm glad I learned something today, and I hope I remember that when I wake up on Tuesday.
I mean, does like the coast look clear outside if like you peek out?
Yeah, if you peek out the door, the hallway is empty. There are pulses of guide lights moving through there's little LED strips, basically. I don't know how else to describe them. About 6 inches off the edge of the floor that move as they light up in patterns and then run across, clearly directing people one way or another. And you hear footsteps in the distance, but nothing immediate. There are computer terminals that dot the corridor from what you can see at every major intersection.
All right.
So, quick question. Did anyone happen to add a TACnet to their gear?
A what?
TACnet, Tactical Network.
No.
Okay.
Now that you mention it, Gaz, I own literally nothing. Can I just give myself a knife and call it a day?
Yes, absolutely, David.
What? How much damage does a knife do?
How about
Hang
I
on.
want to give you like a really good knife, but that's gonna take me a second to figure out how good of a knife is not overpoweringly good.
flex cutter? Just take a
I
flex
can check
cutter.
it.
Yeah,
I have
flex
a flex
cutter works.
Yeah, I have a flex cutter.
Alright.
It's
Can you just
1d10.
copy?
It's
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
1d10 damage? Cool.
Yeah. 1d10 plus whatever plus somatic divided by 10 looks like.
That sounds right.
Okay. Somebody's gonna have to run me through that when I first stab a individual. But yes. Alright, cool. I got
We
a knife.
can help you with that.
Thanks. This is actually my fourth game. Third game? Third game.
All right.
Yeah, because it's my fourth game,
No, it's not.
isn't it?
Were you in Sigmata?
Yes.
Oh,
I have been in every game until now.
well, that's hecked up, buddy. All right. Well, yes, this
Oh.
is.
There are no brakes on the pain train.
True. It's very true.
I believe in you, Gazian. Lead us to
Okay.
the bright light of Jove and, yeah, go nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
do
kind of
this.
waved that the coast is clear right now.
All right. I'll step out into the hallway. Take a look around. Check for cameras.
I'm gonna.
There appears to be nothing that you can notice.
All right.
As there's maybe 50 feet of corridor to your left and 30 to your right. Both of them end in T junctions, and there is a terminal, little computer screen with a pop-out keyboard, it looks like, right at the center of each intersection.
They said there were footstep sounds.
Yeah, they're echoey, like, actually, why don't you roll a check for me? I will get you a thingamajigger. Or I will not know where I hid my list of skills. God, I'm out of it. Roll me just, like, straight cognition, actually. I
I'm
know
not
that's a
sure
weird
how
thing
that.
to ask for.
Yeah, I have no idea how that works.
Roll a d100, and you're looking for a number that is
Less than your
less than-
cognition
Lower
score.
That'll be great. Nope.
Ooh, and that is
Oh.
doubles. A 44 is a critical, as is every other sequence of simultaneous digits. Yeah, there's footsteps. They're probably made by humans.
Camille is going to send a spec to each intersection to look down.
Cool. That will get you some interesting information, I'm sure. Oh god, I do not have anything prepared for this. I didn't. You told me you were bringing drones. Did I prepare for drones? Mm-mm. Fuck that, I guess.
Nope.
I should
Drones
try.
don't exist.
But who needs preparation when I can just yell at things, I guess. Do the drones have their own perception, or are they like linked into your brain meat?
They are basically feeding me their video feeds.
Cool. I will have you roll me a perception check then.
All right. No.
Yeah, there's some corridor. There's a big honking door on both ends of the right, maybe 20 feet down from either turn on the right side, and the left side dissolves into a mess of turns and you can't tell.
Actually, I would like to use a point of moxie to flip that.
Okay, so that's a 27. That is using your moxie early. I gotta appreciate that.
I took a lot of moxie.
Yeah, you did. That's fair. Moxie's good.
I got a decent amount.
Both of the doors on the right side, you can tell, are heavy enough that they look like exoatmospheric blast doors. The kind of doors that you would use in case you're worried about, suddenly venting atmosphere into space.
Oh boy.
The left side looks like it leads farther into the facility. That's about it. The corridors seem pretty empty. You can also tell that the footsteps that you had heard are almost exclusively coming from your left.
Sound like many?
Hmm?
Does it sound like many footsteps?
Yes. There are at least half a dozen sets of footsteps.
Oh.
The drones, I believe, are only video.
Let me double check.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to tell anyways because the corridors are made of, spaceship steel and echo, but
Yeah.
There's at least a few people walking around with boots on.
Where are you?
Can't sneak in vents because I'm huge.
I could.
These are specs. Yeah, they have enhanced hearing and enhanced vision.
Okay, so yeah, you can tell there are plenty of people walking around. This is absolutely an active Jovian military base, in addition to whatever creepy research is going on here that the biologist does not have the clearance to know other than it exists.
So it's a Jovian military base.
Yeah,
Yes,
basically.
There's just also more creepy science than normal.
Oh wow, that's a lot of creepy science.
Yeah, the Jovians do some fucked up shit.
Aren't they like the bioconservatives?
Yes, but that doesn't stop them from doing creepy stuff behind closed doors.
Ah, the great
Yeah.
hypocrisies of our age.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to
Also,
quietly...
the Jovians are just a really good place to... The Jovian junta is just a really good place to put Black Ops stuff.
Lots.
Like, it's just good.
It's very secure.
Yeah, for context, the Jovians basically refuse to let people fork. So there's one copy of you. There are very few artificial general intelligences. Uplifted animals like our octopus friend are treated like actual animals because you're an octopus. Who cares if you're smart?
I care if I'm smart.
Yeah, well, you're an octopus. You don't get an opinion on the moon.
So, space fascists is what I'm taking away from this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Their three memes are bioconservatism, security, and fascism. So, yeah. They're basically just like transhumans are weird. Also, we need to be in power forever.
How do I activate the signal?
Nice try.
We are the signal.
We are the signal, and the signal is blowing this place up.
Yeah, that would work. Repeat the signal by exploding it.
Yeah, no. The plan is to explode in such a pattern that you send a relevant message in Moraine. That's how you do things.
We're gonna make such a large explosion that the gamma ray burst carries information to the rest of the system.
Have an 80 in demolitions.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
could do it.
See, we
hey.
filmed the explosion and broadcast it everywhere.
And we're broadcasting
No.
a smiley face, right? That was the plan?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
An angry face.
What is an angry face but an upside down smiley face?
That's so weirdly positive.
Send a positive message.
Especially since we're blowing up like possibly hundreds of thousands of people.
It's okay, they're... You know what? I'm not going to continue that sentence because I was told to be very nice tonight.
I mean, you don't have to be nice. You're
It's
tired.
okay.
No,
Not an
fascists.
excuse.
Karu told me specifically to be an awesome person tonight and not insult any political views.
Awesome doesn't mean nice.
That's true, right? They're fucking fascists. Kill their asses.
Yeah, there we go. So what are you guys up to?
I want to go check out one of the terminals.
I'm not good at
absolutely.
computers.
As you draw closer to it, it lights right up. Keyboard is, popping out, paying attention. And it just looks like it's got a username field and a password field. You want to, I guess, infosec this? Or interfacing? Or something better if you can justify it?
I mean, I am a security systems expert, so.
That's fair.
Plus, I have a skin link, so I can just poke it and hack it.
Yeah. That would work. Hacker voice, you're in. Yes, with a roll of 03, you are very in.
My skill is a 90.
Jesus Christ.
I said I'm an
Okay.
expert. I said I'm an expert, all right?
You did say you were an expert. That is correct. What are you looking for?
Is this specific terminal hooked up to the rest of the security system in
This
the base?
terminal appears to be more for navigation and collaboration between labs more than security.
All right. Wanted to bring up a map of the facility then.
Absolutely. It's gonna make me like describe a map. Okay. So if you can think of the letter Q, a capital Q, kind of a ring with a little sticky out bit on one edge, you guys are right at the sticky out bit. If you look down the map, you can basically tell that the airlocked blast doors would lead you to a small spaceport, and the way you're going is a large ring of labs and other, supply areas, janitorial staff, a small barracks, a small cafeteria.
All right. Does it
Basically a
list
tiny city contained within this base.
Yeah, so I'm imagining like living quarters are on this section of the ring, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, exactly.
Security hubs.
If there are any on site, which you assume there must be, they're not labeled. The Jovian Republic doesn't quite trust people enough to clearly label where they would need to go to deal with said peace officers.
Yeah, like where are you gonna report like a disturbance or something? Like,
I'm
come
sure
on.
that you can make a call on your comlink.
Yeah, all right. This was really useful.
You now know that there are barely 24 labs,
Yep.
which narrows your search down from 3 square miles of space habitat down to maybe a city block, but you
Yep.
know.
Because my main thing is I need to get to a security hub and
Yes,
deactivate all of it.
that would help.
Yep.
Could
And
I try?
I'm letting everybody know that. So like I've got a map up. Here's where labs are. Doesn't list any security hubs, but I need to get to one of those so I can make our job a lot easier.
I mean, to be fair, technically, if you were willing to deal with the firewalls, everything should be interconnected.
Yeah, if you want to try and hack through a firewall, we can start rolling for that. I assumed that you wouldn't want to be going into like full subversion of a computer system right off the bat.
Yeah, no, I'd like to get a lot closer to a main hub before even trying to. Because less security walls or less firewalls to deal with, but it'll be tighter security as we get closer.
Yep, and active security will of course play an interesting role in that.
Yep. So I would like to get a lot closer into the facility before trying to go through all that hassle.
Yeah, you do notice that in the spaces marked as labs, there is a suspiciously large gap where, right in the center of the labs, where you would expect it to continue its pattern of lab on both sides,
Mm.
as that goes for a few corridors, there is an entire corridor that only has labs on one side, and the other
Yep.
side is suspiciously empty, which doesn't really fit with the whole use up as much space as possible because we're building a moon base.
Yeah.
I assume that
that
kind
out.
of thing would stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah. Also, like, what would also stick out like a sore thumb is because of other empty spots like that around the base.
Yeah, there's nothing as large as that, which is why that one stands out to you. Like, there's a few missing rooms around the map, but they appear to be scattered fairly randomly. This one is, I mean, to use like a modern day city, as opposed to just being a room in an office building, this one is, there's an entire office building that's just gone.
Yeah. Plus, those random rooms can also be considered because it's a fairly decently sized base.
Yeah,
so
this is
they would
a
space
small
out.
city.
Yeah, they would space out security hubs as well.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
So the rest of you watching your good friend here, and by good friend I mean new acquaintance, hack into a Jovian security net. What are the rest of you guys up to?
I was wondering what like typical countermeasures these guys have, so I was wondering if I could roll like knowledge security systems.
Yeah, knowledge security systems would work, or if you have an appropriate interest or something, maybe?
If I have an interest, but do have security systems.
Roll security systems.
Bam. Yeah, actually, I do pass under.
That actually works.
D5.
Yeah, you know a good deal that's a fairly high margin of success. You know that Jovian soldiers tend to carry rail pistols and seeker rifles, which both are incredibly deadly, and it's why they build all of their habitats out of starship armor grade material, because those things will overpenetrate like the dickens.
Boy, good
You
thing
know
I'm
that they,
on.
however, are not huge fans of attack drones because of their views on technology. They prefer to just deploy flats of Jovian soldiers.
Okay.
All right.
Nice to know.
You hit a milestone. Oh, okay. Sorry, checking in on the Twitch chat. Garm, Michi?
I got nothing, man. I put knives in people.
That's fair. Are you waiting to put a knife in someone?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Mostly just gonna be sending the specs around, looking for like any way through doors and to look further into corridors.
The corridors actually seem mostly unlocked. It seems like there's pretty fair reign of the corridors. The labs are all closed off, but for something that's working with potentially deadly biotoxins, deadly neurotoxins, that's not surprising.
That seems.
Actually, is there a...
Looking for cameras would help as well.
Yeah, I was thinking cameras, and then I was thinking stealth. But I cannot seem to find the infiltration. There we go. Can you roll me infiltration for your drones?
For the drones, hang on. Let me also see what bonus they get to that. They get a bonus to that.
I'm sure
Yeah,
they do.
because they are tiny.
Yeah, they are tiny insects.
Yeah, they're basically housefly sized.
Yeah. They get a minus 30 perception modifier because they are difficult to notice.
Impressive. I will still need you to roll a stealth for them, even if it is incredibly unlikely they will be noticed. No, the namey thing says. Oh, the now playing still says Cyber Generation and
I
DM
fixed
Garm, but
it.
that's not. Thank you.
I'm. Yeah.
It's okay. We're all tired.
At least it wasn't a 99.
It wasn't a 99, and
Yeah.
hilariously, because of how opposed checks rolls, you're still fine. With the penalty, they effectively rolled 113.
Amazing.
So, by some stroke of luck, your tiny robots aren't noticed. Despite them being about as loud as tiny robots can be.
Buzz, 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 buzz. What the? Oh well, whatever.
Yeah, they're
Probably
zipping
just
by.
some bugs. They escaped from the lab.
It's
They're-
fine.
They're zipping by the camera mics.
Someone called Doc. We got more mosquitoes up in here. Okay. Am I correct in assuming that you are going to go investigate the odd blank spot on the security map?
Yeah.
Uh,
Plus any blank rooms on our way there.
there's none on your way because you got spawned in, for lack of a better term, inside the research area. This is actually incredibly close. It's maybe 2 or 3 minutes of walking, and that's assuming you're not even like breaking into a run or power walking your way there.
Yeah.
I will, however, need infiltration rolls from each of you.
Okay.
Yep.
And perception rolls from each of you. After we do the stealth infiltration thing.
I've got a plus 20 on these.
David is sneaky.
And
You all seem fairly
60.
sneaky. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm good.
Except
Nah.
maybe Michi, but we all know robots allowed, so.
I actually fail.
You failed with a 13?
Yes, my infiltration is apparently 10.
His knife is
Ow.
very loud.
You didn't put any ranks in infiltration, did you?
Sure didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, remember when I was like, hey guys, you want to take a look at my sheet? And you're like, I'm sure it's good.
I trusted you.
And yet, what have you learned?
But
Nice.
trusting you makes for interesting games, and I should do it more.
I mean,
So,
If it
my-
makes-
the
if
good
it
news is,
helps at all, I have a plus 20, which I believe puts me at like 7.
Yeah, you're very sneaky.
So
oh, but,
can I just not take that 20 and just help them be more quiet?
but I do have a 40 in free running. Why did I do that?
So he could run good.
You gotta get close to people to hit them with a
I-
knife.
Parkour.
Space parkour.
Yes, if you would like to give your modifier to
I will.
our very loud knife boy, I will allow that.
Yeah. I will. Because I succeed, because I've got an infiltration of like 60.
Yeah.
And then my
Okay.
perception roll.
Oh, right.
Yeah, can I get
perception.
perception rolls from each of you?
Still
Visual or
passes.
hearing.
Gazian, in light of my incredible failure, do you mind if I pull like 20 points off of free running and put it into infiltration?
Go right ahead.
Thank you.
So yeah, I still pass. Like quite a bit.
I see. I hear
Alright.
everything.
Well, somewhat. I see two possible two possible excellent successes there. And you guys notice as you're coming around a corner, there are some maybe 1 inch wide. David, I'm assuming you don't see shit with that.
Correct. I am 26 over.
Yeah.
This is a nice knife.
Real shiny knife.
Queens.
So, God damn it. Dorp and Connor,
Yeah.
you both see as you're coming around a corner, just like out of the corner of your eye catches a black globe, maybe an inch wide in the ceiling, that you recognize as a camera. And you all sort of like push yourselves up against a wall and like inch your way past. And you don't hear any alarms go off. So that's good.
Hmm.
But now you know there are cameras in this area.
Yep.
Good luck.
At least they're very
You're
obvious.
Yeah, those ones are.
I have a lens spotter if I need to use it. I will.
That might help.
Yeah, I'll just place that down.
You only have a
Uh,
bunch of tools.
So the Eclipse, the lens spotter for the stream it's basically just a laser that figures out where all the camera lenses in the area are.
Hmm?
I have no idea how the hell that works, but I love it.
Senses.
It's like the lenses of the cameras have a refractory element, and
Yeah,
the little computer in it scans for that or whatever.
it's sci-fi bullshit,
Yeah, it's
and I
sci-fi
love it.
bullshit.
But yeah, the only ones it picks up are these black globes studded maybe every 2 feet in the ceiling, and they seem fairly easy to avoid at this point.
All right.
You are also much closer. Maybe you estimate based on the map that you had seen, you are now 1 or 2 turns away from the large blank area.
Yeah, I have a picture of it in my head perfectly. So
Yeah, I figured that you had something about that with your
eidetic memory.
sneaky. Always a good pick.
So
Yep.
useful.
It comes with being a Menton. So
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. The brainy boys.
brainy boy.
All right.
Filtered toxins.
I'm also checking if there's any super dangerous radiation once we get closer to the empty spot.
So, as you guys turn the corner, and I assume that you're expecting to see a door of a security center,
Well,
it's instead an empty stretch of hallway. There's one door, and you can see it positioned exactly in the center of this long hallway. The right side, full of labs. The left side has a single one of those blast doors in the center of the length of the hallway, halfway towards the other end, I guess.
All right.
And you can see a placard. You can't quite read it from where you are, but you can see there's a placard next to it.
I'm gonna send a spec over to read the placard.
I will also send my spec over.
All right.
There.
What languages do each of you have?
Language.
See, that's a question you never expect to hear.
Yeah, especially in this game when languages are
Like,
something.
never ever used, right?
Yeah.
I have Spanish.
I mean,
But my muse has Portuguese.
yeah, I have
Good
English.
amount of overlap.
Yeah, I have English, and I guess my muse would probably also have English.
So Gazian,
Yes.
I may have never picked a language.
That basically I
Same.
never did either. So
Pick a language
That
at
was
random,
space comment?
or I guess.
Yeah, hold up.
At
Let me
your
check
whim.
Wikipedia's list of languages. I'll be back in a sec.
Oh my god!
I know Yiddish.
Excellent.
Just
That
pulling that
might
out my ass
actually
now.
help. It won't, but it might.
Don't worry, guys. I can read this from the top of Mount Everest. Spoken, I don't know.
Get back to me in a minute.
Actually, probably a better one is Mandarin.
Mandarin would be a solid choice.
Yeah, Mandarin.
So apparently, I speak Madurese.
You speak what?
Madurese. Madurese is a language of the Madurese people of Madura Island and Eastern Java, Indonesia. It's also spoken on the neighboring small Kangean Islands and Sapudi Islands, as well as by migrants to other parts of Indonesia, namely the eastern salient of Java, the Mesa, and then it kind of fades out because I'm just looking at the highlight thing.
Okay, I don't want to sound like, the ignorant white guy, but I'm honestly kind of surprised that language lasted this long into the future through
Same.
globalization, colonization.
It's by number of native speakers, it is the 68th most common language. At
I would be hard pressed to name 20.
0.23% of the world's population.
So
I
none
also-
of you can actually read this.
I also probably speak
But-
English. I'm just gonna go ahead and guess since I'm talking to people.
Yeah, everyone
Same.
speaks. Let's go with English.
I'm in.
All right. So you're telling me
we
the sign's
can
not. You're telling me the sign's not Madurese.
The sign is not. It is not. No.
That is unfortunate.
Do we
You
have access to the mesh here?
I was going to ask if any of you had an uplink for the mesh. Because you
have-
will.
Yes.
Specs work.
Give me
Sure.
like a infosec at like +20 because Google Translate is everywhere.
Sure.
I'm literally not sure you can fail that.
Yeah, no.
No, you can't. Yeah, so your mesh helpfully informs you that this is a language from the ancient Mediterranean section of Earth, known as Greek.
The 75th most
Yiddish.
common language by percentage on modern day Earth, at 0.18% of the world's population.
What?
As a writer and
What?
a fan of cryptography, I probably could have figured that out.
Oh, I was going to describe the letters instead and just leave you to puzzle it out, but because you had the brilliant idea of using not Google Translate, you know that it just says Koios, who, assuming that you follow up on that, is a titan of knowledge and learning. This is perhaps disturbing because the titans are also the names of the
Oh.
ancient AI that basically ascended and caused the fall of humanity.
Oh, shucks.
Wait, do I know things about Titans for no reason? Let's check.
I mean,
You should be vaguely familiar. It was kind of a big
Everyone
thing.
knows at least a little bit about the Titans.
It was
Oh.
sort of a big deal.
yeah.
It was about as big of a deal as the last time a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup. Everybody knows about it.
Maybe
I know
everyone in
anything about
Canada.
sports.
Everyone in Canada knows about the Titans, yes. There is nobody in
I
Canada
remember
in this
Titans.
setting. Just so we're really clear on that.
Just to for the stream, because we are skipping things because everyone here knows at least a little bit of Eclipse phase.
I don't know
The
what you're talking
fall
about.
is basically when these super AI called the Titans turn on humanity, shatter it, and then question mark Titans? We don't know where they went.
And then they left.
They just kind of said, fuck this, we're out. You guys can deal with not having us around.
That's just how it is on this bitch of an Earth.
As far as anyone knows, anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. But apparently the Jovians are doing something related to a Titan, so...
Camila's going to suggest we go back to the plan of blowing the base up.
Yeah, no.
They've only
Even-
had a bunch of thermite.
Even more reason to find a security center, because reasonably, specifically because there's a lot of labs here, you'd probably have a detonation switch in case all the secrets there was a big break or something, and you need to wipe the slate.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's start looking for security centers.
Gaz, I have a question for you.
Absolutely.
Given the tech level of this universe, is it more likely to be an explosive self-destruct or a nanite deconstruction self-destruct?
Oh,
Well, it depends on where you are, but because you're in the Jovian Republic, it's probably explosive.
Oh, super lame.
Yeah.
The Jovians are boring. Mostly.
I mean,
gun,
watching a habitat explode from space isn't that boring.
and we're gonna be in space when it explodes.
Wait,
Well,
No, we're
London
not.
will be.
Gaz, $50 follow-up. These guys are fascists, right? Like, actually following the direct lineage of fascism throughout the ages? Not just, like, coincidentally fascist?
I mean, I don't know if they're like descended from Nazi Germany, if that's what you're
But, like,
asking.
ideologically descended, not, like,
Oh
literally.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, do
they
they
are
follow...
huge.
Do
Yeah.
they follow the whole thing about how even the ruins of their buildings should be, like, look graceful and stuff?
I've never heard that, but yes, that's a thing now.
Okay, cool. Just curious.
Let it be so.
This is
Gavel.
going to look rad as hell when it self-destructs. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
It's probably going to, like, explode and leave a burnt scar of the symbol of the Jovian Republic on the ground.
Beautiful.
God damn, that's so much cooler than what I was planning for it to look like.
You mean that was your plan the whole time?
I mean, yes, of course, Garm. How could you guess these things?
Hella smart. Also jacked up on caffeine.
Although I would
I
really
forgot
like to get a
to.
look at that AI.
Who said anything about an AI?
Well, I want to get a look in that room, I should say.
There we go. I mean, it's probably an AI.
Probably,
maybe.
considering what it's called. Considering it's a blast door, there's no crack.
This
No.
thing is sealed up tighter than a flea's asshole.
Is there any radiation coming from from in there?
I could put my
Roll
glass.
a perception?
Sure.
I don't know what you would use for a...
I mean, I have a radiation sense, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Is it a mechanical thing or just a morph thing?
It is a implant. Yeah.
That would just work automatically?
I think so. It doesn't.
You're not getting any specific
on.
radiation coming off of it.
Yeah. Plus, I would use a Moxie to
Ooh.
turn that around, so it's an 8 instead of an 80.
Interesting question.
Yeah.
No, that'll be fun later on. It's a surprise tool that will help us later. What were you guys going to do?
I kind of want to get in that room.
I have yet to find a problem a knife could solve, so...
That's true.
Hashtag
I
standing
mean-
by.
You guys
I
have been
can-
looking at this room for a little bit. Can I get stealth checks again?
Oh, so I get a plus 20.
Not plus 20 though. It's an 80. Oh, that was for something else, my
Got
bad.
an 18. Heidi.
I succeed.
Yeah, you do. I'm amazed.
So do I.
I am incredible. My whole deal is I'm supposed to be inconspicuous. And then I forgot to actually put literally anything onto infiltration.
Camille, what is your stealth?
Infiltration?
Yes, sorry.
It's 60.
So what you're telling me is that is a failure.
Unless I were to use a point of moxie.
That's true. Are you using a point
And
of
yeah,
moxie?
let's do that, because I don't like getting caught.
Most people don't. I'm going to ask you to tell me what like springs to mind as how you're suddenly getting this burst of inspiration. Moxie? Question mark?
I don't want to die.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's
Cameras.
something specific you're doing to hide or anything. I'm still in
Would
Sigmata mode.
would any of the specs that she has kind of just lazily floating around have seen anything?
Ooh,
And or the
yes,
guardian
actually.
angel?
Some of your specs in the southern end of the corridor, where you guys came from, here's some boot prints getting much closer. 3 sets of boot prints, as a matter of fact.
So Camille just kind of suddenly starts up and ducks into a little crevicey hidey hole thing
Yeah, that works.
as the feed just kind of like feeds into her peripheral, and she's like, oh shit, that's not good.
Yeah, and I can just activate my chameleon on my clothes.
Oh
That's
yeah, I
that.
have a chameleon cloak.
Yep, just gonna stay still, not move.
So, Camille, I have some news for you.
Yes.
The little niche that you back into opens. It was a door.
Oh,
You find yourself in a supply closet.
well. What's in the
A
supply closet?
with an interestingly high-tech computer terminal next to it. And like 3 dozen mops.
That's a lot of.
It's a big station.
Oh my gosh, are we gonna play Viscera Cleanup Simulator?
The other question is, when was the last time you actually saw someone use a mop?
That is a really good question.
Do you even know what a mop is?
Is this a
Please
mop?
roll a history check.
Shit.
Jazzy. Is one of the Titans actually an elaborate network of mobs where it computes based on the evaporation patterns? Is that what's happening? That's all the mystery.
No.
Did it?
No, I refuse.
So-
There is no history skill.
The
I
Titan.
was joking. I'm sorry. I should have made
Oh.
that more clear.
Oh yeah, I thought you were dead serious.
So just
Um,
out of curiosity,
You can probably Google what these are.
suppose someone had a weak immune system. Would these mops be a problem? Just out of curiosity.
I'm gonna go with no because a biology lab in the Jovian Republic probably has some pretty fanatical cleaning regulations.
Fair.
Lots of bleach. Lots of bleach.
More bleach than a hygiene officer in Paranoia.
Yep.
More bleach than a mid 2000s anime shop.
What?
Nice.
I get it.
Alright, so to get us back on topic, those boot stomps are getting close enough that the rest of you can now hear them without the specs. And you also just noticed your good acquaintance go to hide and vanish. Your other good acquaintance went to hide, fell through a door that it closed right after them. So it looks like there's only 2 of you left in the hallway.
I will
And
say that I
David?
will move towards that door, though.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, the
But,
door she fell into.
And in the mops.
I would also like to venture into the mop chamber.
Also
Everybody
keep us safe.
Are we going into the chamber of mops?
Yes,
Yes.
my dancing partner awaits.
I'm gonna
Excuse you, that's a
continue to
broom. You
stand
can't just
still.
be racist like that.
What? What did you say?
You can't just confuse mops for brooms like that. It's really insensitive, Garm.
I don't know what to do with that.
Okay, so
Plus, you would imagine Mr. Stabby would relish the chance to stab people.
you would think so, but maybe he's just getting into a good ambush position.
Yeah, basically.
He's gonna tie a knife to a mop to have more
Exactly.
range.
You can't stab people all willy-nilly.
You
You
gotta
have-
have precision, finesse, control.
Controlled liver stabbing.
Garm, please tell me you have points in art, knife.
He does now.
I don't, at least partially because that's not a real skill. Can I take
Art
points?
is a skill.
Not art knife.
That's a good point.
I mean, art.
It can be.
Yeah. With this system, art, and then whatever you can think of to put in that blank.
Beautiful. Hey Gaz, can I take a bunch of points out of programming and put them in art knife?
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, I'm sure somebody else has got that under control.
Okay, yeah, go right ahead.
Can I
Yeah,
dump
you're
all
right.
of
I
it?
do.
Sure, hit it.
Alright, art knife is now 80.
Jesus.
He's really keen
Yeah, I
on
have a
knife
70
art.
programming. I have a 70 programming. We're good. Also, I could
Oh.
probably get all the funds from this station as well, because I also have proficient accounting at 80.
I feel like we've got a good. So first of all, no, he just assumed. Second of all,
I saw somebody
just why is a good summary.
I saw somebody do computers earlier. Somebody rubbed their hand on a
Alright.
computer and good things happened.
I mean,
Mood.
you're not wrong. That is what I
Alright.
did.
So, what are you guys up to?
I'm
So-
gonna touch this computer.
You've got maybe 60 seconds until this patrol reaches or passes you.
So Camille would have, upon realizing that she is in a cave of mops, found a corner and sat down. And just kind of flicked through the feeds from her various robots.
Yep.
I would like to arrange mops in... What shape is this room? How stupid space
it's
future
maybe-
set are we?
It's like 4 feet wide and like 15 feet long. The first maybe 2 or 3 feet are mops. Then
Okay.
you have 2 or 3 feet of computer space, and then the rest of it is all mops.
Okay, so
Just
there's
floor to ceiling mops.
a stack of mops beside the door is what I'm getting here, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
Okay,
Yep.
I would like to conceal myself amongst the mops. And
I mean, we could just shut the door.
But what if they check? And just in case, I would like
We need mops.
I would like to prepare my artiste supplies.
All right.
Take
Are
some
your
whetstone.
artiste supplies a knife?
A knife, yes. The knife given to me by the benevolent DM.
Make me a disguise check to conceal yourself as a mop,
Split over
alright.
1,000 times.
or an art check. I will let you make an art check.
I'm gonna do disguise because I may as well actually get use out of it.
Outside rolled security systems.
Okay, is that a success on your disguise, Garm?
No, sorry, I muted myself there. My disguise skill is 60. No.
Oh, so close.
You could use a
Can
moxie,
I
though.
want to moxie that, yes.
Okay.
And I assume you're going to ask me for like what lunatic piece of
Yes.
insight has.
Mhm.
I would like to not only crouch, but remove the head of one of the mobs and place it upon my own to disguise my hair.
You have hair?
Yes. Never
So
you
what if
mind.
That's good.
Never you mind that given the fact that I'm a nurse droid, this would, if anything, just make me look more conspicuous, but it means I won't see the hair.
All right.
It's okay.
Okay, we also have security system hacking going on.
Yep.
What
Oh.
is your
90?
margin of... Oh, good lord. So that is really a 65 margin of success.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Yeah, I guess you open this place like an onion, I guess. You're just like peeling through code.
Like an onion?
There's layers to it.
Alright.
Yeah, you have the superficial OS layer, and then you have the
Yeah.
deeper core programming.
You start at ring 3, go down to ring 2, then 1, then 0, because anything... I should
Onion,
definitely
the
not repeat...
weird lady who's got like a flashlight / sniper rifle for a face. It's like a weird version of the Pixar lamp mixed with like murder Bambi. Anyways,
What can I get out of this?
I don't know. I didn't expect you to have 90 and roll a 65 here. I'm not sane enough for this right now.
Can I see where the security hubs are?
Yes. Those are scattered roughly one in every, like, if this was a big clock, like one at every hour mark. And then it looks like there's maybe 2 or 3 of these smaller little access rooms scattered around every security system.
All right.
The issue is just that this quadrant, for lack of this decadent?
This section of the city.
Yeah, this section of the thing doesn't have a security hub because it's taken up by Koyos.
All right.
Your thought, because during all of your expert probing, you can't get into Koyos' room at all, so your thought is that it has a separate air-gapped security system going on.
Yeah. It has its own central security hub inside that space. Basically cut off from the rest of the network.
Yeah. If you vac gap it, you can turn it into a capacitor GARM, and nobody likes turning their security systems into bombs.
We do.
That's true.
Nobody likes turning their own security systems into bombs.
True.
We do?
But we're not them, are we?
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so how would I do that?
What are you trying to accomplish here?
Actually, no. We'll wait until we get to the security center. So now I know where they are.
Yep.
Can I glean any access codes out of this?
Yeah, well, maybe just a straight D100 luckiness test, I guess. Unless there is a pure luck stat that I'm missing somewhere.
There's not.
Yeah, roll me just a luck percentile.
And I
That's
will
not very lucky.
Moxie it.
No, I'm gonna go with no on this. 'Cause it's not actually a test, it's just like a... How stupid were the engineers?
Yeah.
You pick up a bunch of low-level access codes to what seem like residences. You don't get anything for specifically barracks and other labs or the security centers, but for anything that's not a research lab or a security area, we can safely assume you have the code now.
All right, then. I want to dig and try and get those codes.
Okay, we're gonna start actually rolling opposed tests then. And it's gonna take you like 10 minutes to make that hack.
I have a question for you.
What is your question?
Since this is the future where technology is rad and security is great, are all of the entry and exit logs encoded deep in the blockchain?
Actually, your entry and exit logs are encoded within your biometric signature, and we literally rewrite your DNA on a whim to make sure we know where you have been.
I am genuinely unsure if you're gesturing right now.
So am I.
Valid. Maybe the DNA is the real blockchain. Actually, wait, no, that's mostly true.
Yeah, that's like actually a thing.
Shoot.
What I will do,
I also
I
like how we're slowly getting more and more drawings.
what I will do is I will make sure the door is shut, and I will wait for them to pass before starting.
I think we might be ambushing them as they go past if I was paying attention to David's excellent disguise.
Please don't.
I was only gonna jump them if they came into the room.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
Yes,
probably safe then.
it is not time for the greatest art yet.
I'm so glad I did that.
Thank you for injecting a shed load of character into David, who is a normal boy.
Who wants to stab everyone?
It's
Who wants-
art.
Who wants to stab when the time is right?
True. All right.
Okay, so you're gonna. Is everyone else okay with waiting to let Connor? I'm sorry, character
Verdana.
name, do the hacky thing?
I mean, Camille's plan is to just like put a speck on everyone's head and just stay here the rest of the time.
I have my own spec. Thank you very much.
Are you putting
Yes,
the specs on your allies' heads or the guards' heads?
On my allies' head, so that when they leave, I can just sit in this closet and monitor what's going on and send them messages as it's important.
No specs.
Fair enough.
And I will leave my spec on your head.
I mean, I know you have your own spec, but I can't tap into the feed because you don't have TACnets.
True.
Yeah.
Are you guys
I
both
just
having?
wanted-
Are you guys both having specs in the closet?
No.
They're exchanging spectrally transmitted data
Information.
nets.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, weakened immune system.
You're getting pretty intimate with each other. Swapping specs.
It's a robot.
All right. Okay.
That's a totally different type of stream.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, waiting for them to pass.
Yep. Okay, yep, let's go on. You wait for them to pass, and let's start rolling a opposed hacking subversion. Yeah. I guess this counts as viewing restricted information, so you don't have any modifiers, which is nice.
I mean, if it's math related, I do.
Do you have math penalties?
No, I have plus 30 on math tests.
I don't think it is.
All right.
I haven't hacked a Jovian military network lately. Yeah. There are, however, some passive alerts going on that will give you -10, it looks like.
All right.
Sadly.
So what skill is this using?
This is using your
Security system?
infosec, it looks like.
Infosec? All right. Yeah, that works.
Alright, now we get to see if they notice you, even if they can't stop you. So yeah, they notice you.
Yeah, that's fine.
They can't stop you, but they do in fact know that there is someone in the base pulling out access codes now. You have the access codes to open the doors to a security center.
All right. Can I disable any alarm systems from here? Especially now?
Especially now that they're about to go off.
Yeah.
You would have to hack into a different section of the net to do that. If you want to take the few minutes to turn off the alarms, you can, but you're going to be a sitting duck for a few minutes.
That's fine.
We have a guardian angel. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's fair. Sure. Roll another hacky check at -20 this time.
And I also have a buff to that as well because MacGyver.
Oh goodness.
And I
It's
will
not a great
Moxie
roll.
that. I will Moxie that.
Oh, okay, that's a fantastic roll.
Like, I am not dealing with this shit. I have dealt with alarm systems before.
The alarms go off, but and I do want to point out that throughout this whole thing, you are all dealing with flashing lights seeping under the crack of the door into the mop closet, and you are also dealing with muffled klaxons going off. And then you hear like muffled Jovian shouting, and you hear the word Koyos, and then you hear stomping boots, and then the alarms go off. So that's nice. There's no more alarms going on. But we're about to have some combat in like 10 seconds.
And I'm going to turn on my cloaking.
Yeah, any last second prep, you guys?
Yep,
Cloaking.
Yep, cloak. Foom,
Oh
foom.
Why do you do so much cloak?
I would like
The
Gazian,
nurse droid is just sitting there.
Gazian, I have a plan.
Okay, what's your plan?
Do you remember why I dismembered a mop? Sorry, why I decapitated a mop?
Yes, to look like a mop.
Right. That leaves me with the shaft of the mop, right?
Yes.
I would like to place the shaft of the mop on the ground in front of the door. It's a tripping hazard. OSHA's gonna be all over this.
Grum, that is positively not safe for work.
No, I'm actually just really
Not-
hoping somebody rushes in here and steps on it and slips. That's what I'm hoping.
Give them a people's
Wow.
elbow.
Give them the people's elbow. I'm gonna give them the people's knife. The person whose name is David, and David is a person.
Don't worry, I'll put them in a full Nelson, which gives you optimal stabbings.
It worked great for Goku when he did that.
So Camille is also going to take the opportunity to actually jam into the guardian angel.
Sounds
That's
useful.
fun.
Yep.
So now she's just like completely in control of it.
I'm going to move as
Alright.
close and as far away from the door as possible against the wall.
Alright, so you're like 10 feet back into this mop closet. You can't get much farther back than that because there's just a critical density of mops.
I don't mean like opposite from the door. I mean
Oh,
away
you mean
from
like
the door.
flat against the wall?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
So if they shoot through the door, I'm not getting hit.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah.
I need everyone to roll me initiative.
How does that work?
Your initiative score is your int plus reflex times 2 plus a d100.
So 50, 100. So
Sorry, run that by me one more time.
Sum your int and your reflex, int and ref,
Okay.
multiply by 2, and then add a d100.
Okay, thank you. 100.
so I'm at 126.
All right. Let's see. So, David, what was yours?
100. Exactly.
Interesting. It's a fantastic roll, and by fantastic I mean mathematically pleasing.
Should I go find a 100 emoji?
Sure, hit me. Camille, what was yours?
116.
And then, Dorp, I do not have your character name down at the bottom, so I'm going to forget it.
It's Nade.
Oh, it is Nade. I do have it down
So
at
it's
the bottom. Yep. What was yours? Sorry?
It's 80 plus 15, 30, 40, so 120.
Okay. To nobody's surprise, the proper military trained death troops get to go first. David is going last.
Properly
That's valid.
good.
Kind of disappointed that Mr. Knife Boy is going last, but I guess that's how that works.
That's the way
Yep.
the knife falls sometimes, man.
Is
Knife
that really
crumbles.
the metaphor you're going with there?
Sorry, that's the way the blood spatters.
Cut.
Okay.
Sometimes the blood gets on you, sometimes the blood gets on the new carpet.
Sometimes
Every
the
night
blood gets on the
has its-
ceiling. You know?
As its day.
Okay.
Sometimes the blood is
Little
blue,
weird.
but then you keep stabbing. Just
Little
keep
weird.
stabbing.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways. The door opens, and you are greeted by 3 absolutely massive Jovian soldiers. And your first thought is, of course, wow, the Jovians got a lot more okay with gene modding. Your second thought is, wait, no, that's just what battle suits look like.
Oh,
Yeah, this is gonna suck. And
I tried.
then, so 2 of you are cloaked?
Yep.
Yes.
I have an interesting question for you.
Yeah.
How does your cloaking work exactly? Because these guys have some weird sensors on their armor.
Basically, so long as I don't move, you can't visibly see me.
One
if
second.
they didn't have any thermal dampening, they'd be able to be seen.
Yeah.
I am looking it up.
My main question is because this homing heap micro missile seeker rifle, I'm not sure if it cares about cloaking.
I mean, that's an explosion. Explosions don't care.
Yeah.
So I can counter also heaps.
Yeah, fair enough.
Live.
Okay, we also get to see my first Eclipse phase combat on live stream in 5 years, so...
And we
Oh
all
boy,
died.
here we go. They are minor visibility impaired because there are just so many goddamn mops. Which, like, I guess that's fair, right? They do, however, have a smart link, which
Do either of them step?
nicely counteracts that.
Sorry. Do either of them step on the mop, Gassian? They're on the floor.
They have not stepped into, they kind of just raised
Good.
their rifles and are starting to hose down the mop closet with...
Less good.
Yeah.
I suppose that's fair.
Pretty unfantastic, actually. I'm buying time while I figure out if they can see through this cloaking or not.
Chameleon quote masks wavelengths from microwave to ultraviolet.
Yep.
Probably yes, then.
They are not effective against radar, X-ray, or gamma. They do hide the character from thermal infrared.
Oh, cool. Good to know.
However,
Yeah, my
they can
guess
only
there
do that
is
for an
that.
hour.
Only an hour. Oh,
Only an
no.
hour.
How terrible. That's never gonna last long enough.
And then they light up like a Christmas tree.
I mean, it won't matter. We're gonna die now.
I mean, I'm not.
I mean, we're
We
all in
might
the same
survive.
closet, and they're shooting explosive rounds. So,
Oh, that's kind of like the mobs on fire.
I mean,
Yeah.
if they roll min, I can survive pretty easily.
If they roll min, it's a ballsy thing to ask a Jovian soldier to do.
Before we start rolling for this, can we use Moxie on enemy rolls as well?
Yes, we have established that.
Okay. I thought so. I was just like, wait a minute.
Miss this tiny closet.
though I am
Um,
out of Moxie. So,
I have
Already.
4.
That's perhaps not great for you.
yeah, I had 3. So,
In order to avoid this, I'm actually just going to say that he pulls out his heavy rail pistol instead, because why not?
Close proximity.
And,
close proximity, don't want to damage the suits.
yeah,
sense.
probably not.
Or the mobs.
Yeah, the
Or the
mops are obviously
computer.
the highest priority. And,
Hmm.
one of you is hidden in a pile of mops. 2 of you are basically invisible.
I mean, they're right in
So,
the open.
I've got some bad news for you. Are you ready to
There's
take a
only
whole
one.
bunch of damage because he's probably going to hit you?
I mean, can I use Frey to dodge?
Yeah,
Is
roll
that how
your
that
dodgy.
works?
Roll your dodginess. You have your fray first though, because it is ranged, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
range, you have your fray rounded down, and then add or subtract any modifiers.
I am gonna flip that. So it's a 38.
And what's your fray?
65.
In half.
65 divided in half, rounded down.
Yep.
Yep.
34. So that wouldn't. Yes, that wouldn't work.
Unfortunately, they do hit you.
So close.
Barely.
Don't worry. As long as it's under 19 kinetic.
Well, it is kinetic. But this is how much damage you're taking.
Hey! I don't know if that's still good.
It's under 19 kinetic. I also am realizing I probably should have only given like 1 or 2 of these guys.
I mean, if it's under your armor rating, then it does nothing to you.
Yep.
Yeah. That is an
Hey.
AP -7, however.
Yeah, then it does something to me.
It does presumably a significant amount to you.
So that would mark me down. 19 is 2, so that's 12. So that means 6 damage gets through. Works.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds right. And then it is for Donna's turn.
Yep, I'm just going to I'm not good at combat at all.
That is unfortunate because the Jovians are very good at combat.
Yeah, so I'm just going
I
to
don't want to kill
not
you guys like this, though.
the best thing I can do is literally just not move at all and maintain my cloak.
I was gonna ask if you could mesh hack things, but I don't know if you can do that fast enough for it to matter.
Yeah, I have basic mesh inserts, and that's basically it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just not gonna move.
Do you want to do perhaps something that is not explicitly combat, but will assist your friends in some manner? Because I am all about rules cool shit.
I'm looking through stuff.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't really have anything. I mean, I could have my creep climb up one of them.
That sounds pretty hilarious to me.
Yep. Because is there a gap between like the helmet and the armor at all?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, so I'm just like literally the creep just crawls what seemingly just falls to the ground and then scoots up one of them.
I am actually going to retcon this a little bit because I didn't realize quite how insane the damage on that pistol was.
Alright.
Even rolling high. There is one of them in a battle suit. There are two that are not in battle suits, but are still heavily equipped.
Yep, so I'm going after the battle suit guy. And my creep is basically a tiny octopus.
I love it.
Yep.
I'm sure the Jovians hate it.
Of course, why wouldn't they? So yeah, I'm just gonna send him to go and creep up and try and dig in, slip into the armor.
I don't even know what to roll there.
Roll distraction.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of roll. Um. I know I gave you this idea, but I don't like it.
Because there's nothing you can really roll.
Well, I guess.
To quickly read what a heat missile does at this range.
It would
What?
probably kill us.
He seems slightly distracted by your octopus friend.
And then I'm just going to continue to not move. Basically,
Okay.
there's just like a plop, and then it crawls up him.
Nade.
Okay. Luckily these are only mini missiles, so anyway, fight on missiles, or do I have to worry too much about that without blowing us up too?
I mean, it's a missile.
Nah. They're shaped charges on missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna point blank shoot it at, well, not point blank, but I am gonna fire at Battle Suitman. And this is gonna be a heap.
That's probably gonna suck for this dude.
And my creep.
So,
You poor baby boy.
Seeker?
Oh.
He's gonna be dodgy. But, good luck.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
Shit. What is your ranged?
Seeker
Or
is
your
65.
Yeah,
Got
you
any
hit him.
moxie?
No, with the bonus on that rolled 80, you're gonna hit him. Roll for your damage.
Okay, so this is gonna be 3d10 plus 10, 0 armor. So just gonna use that. So 24.
Oof. That is an unfortunate roll for you. I have to actually check which kind of armor I'm applying here. Because I have, as I mentioned, not done
It's also
combat.
energy.
Oh, it's energy. That's good for you then. Nicely done.
Yeah, because the
Um,
battle suit would have protected
mhm.
mostly against kinetic.
Yeah, it has slightly better kinetic than it does energy. Where is my thing for health? There we go. Okay, after that is Nade. Nade just went Camille.
Speed, so does that mean I go twice?
After Nade goes Nade.
Do you have speed too?
And so it shall ever be.
As a fury. And I guess I'll try and punch one.
Wait, you do actually have speed too?
Speed 2.
Oh shit. Yeah, go for it. I didn't realize you had speed too and was joking.
As a Fury, I guess they get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna Lightning McQueen and punch one of these guys. This is gonna be unarmed against just one of the like randy baby bitches.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it's 93 and I have an 80, so that doesn't work.
Moxie it.
No, combat is opposed. You just have to roll high.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
you do want to get higher in combat.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing how it goes from low roll to high roll there, but you know.
Skills is low. Combat
Is high. Yeah, you hit.
Also, it says like /somatic, like -10. Does that mean I divide my somatic by 10?
Yeah, divide your somatic by 10 and then add that to your damage.
Yeah.
That's 3. And it also delivers shocking because it's shock gloves. Kinetic.
I believe he is unfortunately unharmed by your unarmed kinetic assault against
He's
his
shocked.
armored battle suit.
And it's a Randy guard. Even if
Oh,
a
were
Randy
you
guard.
attacking one of the other two?
Yeah.
I apologize. I did not notice that. Yeah, this poor security jammer with his armored vest just catches a fist to the face.
Hey.
Knock knock, motherfucker. Yeah, that's that damage done. Now it's Camille's turn.
Okay, so we have one guard in ridiculous body armor, right?
Yep, and then two guys in just armored vests.
Okay. Fabulous.
The guy in body armor, for what it's worth, has a heavy pistol. The guys in vests have just normal pistols.
So Camille is currently jammed into this guardian angel. And the guardian angel produces a machine railgun.
Well, this is gonna suck.
Here
And of
I am with a
course-
silenced pistol.
It is going to...
I shot a missile.
Yeah.
It's going to fire at the heavily armored security guard in full automatic mode, because why not?
All right. What are you adding to that? What is the total? And
well,
can I
that's
please?
just-
It doesn't matter. You're gonna hit. Can I please roll
Yeah.
something good for once in my life?
No.
And that's fair. I threw someone who fought a titan against you.
Okay.
Roll for your damage.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Roll for your damage
So-
and add 5. Or I do actually need to know what your total was because that might be excellent.
My skill for this
Mm-hmm.
is 30.
Okay, so increase your damage by 5.
So I add 5 to it. So the base damage is 2d10 plus 8. Because it's in full automatic mode, I add 3d10 to that. And then the 5.
Well, shit, that's 5d10 plus 13.
Roll for it.
Yeah.
Good lord. Is there armor penetration on that?
Armor penetration of 9. And that is kinetic.
That would do it. Hmm. I'm pretty sure if I check this again. Yeah, so you just unload with this thing for, good lord, Christ, 24 damage. Lord almighty. And you just see his arm, the arm that was holding the pistol just kind of crumples as you almost take it off at the shoulder.
Oops.
Like, I don't know how to really put this into perspective, but this is armor that has seen, like, ridiculous amounts of combat, and you make it look like a child's tinfoil model. Like, alright.
Swiss cheese.
Yeah. Security Officer 1 is going to take a pot shot at you with his pistol. Because you look dangerous.
Your man in the face.
I mean, a pot shot at the Guardian Angel?
Yes, at the Guardian Angel. I
Okay.
want you to roll a fray to dodge with the Guardian Angel. Or, I guess, a half fray to dodge.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that does not dodge.
It doesn't. You want to know what the funny thing is?
What?
Or, wait, what's your... You need to add half your fray to that. Because it's contested, not
Oh.
a skill.
Half fray is 35.
Yeah, he misses.
Okay.
That's infuriating. Okay, the other guy is going to wade in there with his shock baton and try to smack the thing out of the air. I don't see this going better for him, but, you know, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. I will need you to roll another one. I didn't GM roll that, oops. I will need you to roll another one with your full fray attached to it.
Oof.
He's hitting the Guardian Angel.
Whack.
Some
Lord be praised. Make sure I'm GM rolling because, yeah, that's how I'm doing things. I'm assuming the Guardian Angel has armor.
Yes.
How much armor does the Guardian Angel have?
14 kinetic, 12 energy.
Wow, he's just fucking fine.
Hey guys,
Okay.
hey guys. You know what the best thing about UGM rolling it is?
I know the stream can still see it.
Yeah,
That's the good point.
that works
That's why
out well. Yeah.
Yeah. So David, this madman with a shock baton just walked right past you into your mop domain.
Did he slip on the mop?
No.
She
All right.
stepped right over
He,
it.
however, didn't notice you, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Has he gone past me?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like me to describe my ludicrous attempt before or
Always.
after I roll?
Always.
Okay, well, my ingenious plan here is I'm going to stealthily shimmy over behind him, put my hand over his mouth, and jam the knife up through his palate.
roll to actually get him, I suppose.
What am I
Also,
rolling
I'm
here
checking to
exactly?
see if there's a better knife because it's literally the only piece of gear that you bought.
I believe there's like a nano blade.
Yeah, I'm gonna find the best knife in the book and give him that because I want to see David succeed.
I heart you, Gazian. What am I rolling here exactly?
Your
Blade?
melee
Blade
weapon
skill?
skill?
Okay.
Blades? Yeah, blades.
Yep. So plus your blade skill on top
And my
of that.
blade skill is 80.
Yeah.
So that's
Jesus.
176.
It's the roll.
I mean, if
I
you
don't even really want to roll to see if he tries to dodge.
if you want to be astonishingly unreasonable, you could also add my art knife skill, which is also 80.
You can choose to add either one of those, but not both.
Well, they're identical. Which is tragic because
Yes.
that would bring me to 256, which is the ideal for a Cyberpunk game.
Yeah.
I can still do math. This is awesome, even though it's like 5 a.m. Nice.
Yeah, it's almost 6 here.
Alright, well,
Yeah, so you're 176, you said?
176, correct.
So your weapon is gonna deal 2d10 plus 3 damage, plus a tenth of your somatic. And then I need you to add 5 to that because that was an excellent success.
17.
Stab.
Yeah, this poor security trooper that you are trying to open like a fish is gonna take 5 damage. Sorry. Oh wait, you have armor penetration on that. You have 4 armor penetration on that?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a monofilament sword. You have a monofilament knife, but same difference.
Alright, I
Yeah.
got a monofilament knife now, okay.
So at
1,000
AP
times.
minus 4. Um, that's actually enough to wound him. Yeah, he kind of drops to a knee, clutching at the gaping ruin that used to be his throat. Because that's how that poor security guard's day is going.
You know, it really blows my mind that I entirely forgot to actually purchase a weapon.
Yeah,
Like, the closest I got to
Yeah.
a real build is building around I stab a guy, and then I forgot the most important component.
I stab a guy with my fingernails.
I stab a guy with whatever I find in the area.
I
Okay,
stab a guy with my hand.
Stab a guy with the
We-
mop. Alright, yeah. Well, that's my turn.
so we are back to the top of the order,
I hope
which
we've
means
all
it's
learned.
time for our Jovian soldier to take a shot.
I hope we've all
Except
learned a
for
valuable
kind of
lesson.
missing the arm he was
With
using
his-
to take the shot. So he's going to use his quote unarmed end quote. And I do want to point out that explicitly in the character stat block it has quotes around unarmed because he's in a battle suit. And in a powered exoskeleton, are you ever really unarmed?
Oh, if it's
But-
powered, that's interesting.
He sees this friend pop up from a group of mops and try to shank his buddy, and successfully shank his buddy. So, David, I need you to roll me a fray to dodge the incoming power fist.
Yeah, so it's 1d100 plus half your fray.
Full fray, because it's melee.
Oh yeah, full fray.
Oh. Oh.
What's your fray?
It's not gonna matter.
Oh.
That's a double 0.
Yeah.
Hyper
Yeah.
duper super success.
Sorry, I was muted apparently. My fray is 15.
Yeah, no, he hit you.
Yeah, he's hitting you. He's hitting
was-
you hard.
It was nice knowing all of you.
I
I was
also
the
keep
first to
die.
forgetting to GM roll things, but I kind of think it's more funny that way. Anyways, Here we go. Take 12 damage, David,
Alright, let me...
and that might wound you.
Yeah, I have health somewhere.
Durability.
Durability.
Yeah, but it's under your morph.
I apologize for, like, barely reading this book.
Look, it's okay. I haven't had to run
my-
combat in 5 years. We're all a little
Alright,
rusty
my
here.
durability is 35.
So you're taking 12 off of that, unless you remembered to buy armor but not a weapon.
Sure didn't.
Yeah, you're taking 12 off of that, Mr. Knife Artist.
Also, I think criticals ignore armor.
They do also ignore armor.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't waste any points on armor. That's a sucker's
That's fair. Verdana, you just watched David get absolutely cold-cocked by a power mech.
Huh. So you said this suit is powered.
Yeah, it's a power suit, powered battle armor exoskeleton thing.
So I assume it has an onboard computer, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna poke him. I'm gonna hack him.
I don't like this, but I can't think of a reason why it doesn't work.
I caress the power armor suit.
I'm going to need you to roll. I know that there's rules for touch attacks somewhere.
I mean, I assume it's just a melee attack.
You need to roll me a melee attack with plus 20. Hello?
Hello?
It got very quiet all of a sudden. Verdana, I will need a melee attack with plus 20 for your touching.
Sorry, my USB hub broke.
Oh no, is everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I just had to unplug it and plug it back in.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's melee?
Yep. Whatever your melee of choice is. Unarmed combat, I suppose, because you're trying to touch them.
Yep. Which is not great.
You're not touching them. I'm sorry.
I tried.
You did. It was a valiant effort. Nade.
No, so I'm gonna, is the guy I'm punching still alive?
Yes, nobody is dead yet.
Okay, I'm gonna keep punching the guy, the weak baby guard. I'll leave the big guy to get murdered by a minigun.
Are you punching the weak guard with the gun or the weak guard with the shock baton? The shock baton is the one who got knifed.
Gunman.
Okay.
Gunman.
Gunman.
Roll your anti-gunman.
That's my first anti-gunman. This is my second anti-gunman.
These are both missile launchering. Yes.
Or are you just punching him?
Oh, did that not come through?
I
No.
did not hear what you were doing.
Oh, I was gonna punch him.
Okay. Yeah, that. What is your unarmed skill?
That did not come through.
Nate?
Oh, 80.
8? Oh, good lord. Yes.
Okay.
You are punching the absolute Jesus out of him. The first one is a excellent success. I can literally just subtract 35 here and not have to do math in my head. The second one is a normal success, so roll your damage twice and add 5.
1. That's 2. So, and plus 5, that is 28.
28. Yep. He's gonna take 16 out of that with a wound on both of them. Does he just
Okay.
die from too many wounds? Is that just a thing that happens?
Happens to normal people.
You shatter his jaw and then the rest of his skull. At the very least, he's probably out of commission.
Yeah,
I don't know how this factors in, but they're shocking gloves, so I don't know if they also add shock to the man.
I don't remember what shock does,
Uh,
so
Shock adds, I believe it's can fuck up systems. It also has armor penetration, apparently. At least because I have zap ammo, so it does shock. So it's basically half plus
So-
shock with armor penetration of -2. So
interesting.
yeah. So I think what shock does would be like a stun.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a shock roll real fast just so that I know what it does, because that seems important.
Yeah.
We go to gear, and then we go down to weaponry, and then we look at the shock gauntlets, because I hear those are punchy and shock things, and are perhaps what you are using.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Beam weapons, seeker weapons, grenade weapons, spray weapons, vehicles. Hello. Where are the punchy weapons?
They're melee, shouldn't they?
Yeah, the melee.
I just missed the table somewhere. Because I'm a prepared and excellent GM who has
Sorry,
been.
it's early in the morning and yeah.
Also, guys, I have been enjoying the heck out of this. I
Oh,
did
Yeah.
consider bailing out on
As-
you and going to sleep, but this has been a heck of a time, and I'm glad that I'm still here.
As long as you guys are having fun, I consider this a victory.
Yep.
Yes.
Also, as somebody in chat pointed out, we haven't even got to the secret part of this facility yet. We have
We
spent the
haven't,
last,
that's true.
what, hour, maybe 2 hours in a mop closet?
Yeah, like the past hour, honestly, it's.
We've experienced 3 rooms so far as I remember.
Yeah,
Mm,
we experienced the room we came into, the hallways, and the mop closet.
Yes, like 2.5 rooms.
Hey, I'm
So
just happy
Yeah.
I'm punching people.
also just 'cause it's
Okay.
gonna come up.
I found out what shock does after following like 3.5 references. When a biomorph is hit with a shock weapon, they must take a durability plus an energy armor test reduced by damage they just took, or else they are knocked down for a round.
And all of his punches have been
Do
doing
shock. Yes.
that. Yeah.
So I'm about to roll 3 different shock tests for this poor man.
Zap, ow. Zap, ow. Zap, oh.
Yeah.
I hope we've all learned a valuable lesson about joining future fascist armies.
Don't, or you will get shocked.
Yep.
Yes.
When fighting fascism, bring a giant murder bot.
Oh, I should be going less than.
A single knife is not enough. Do your part.
Yeah, this guy is not only almost choking on his own blood, but he is also like
Twitching.
just
Spasming?
he is like on the ground, twitching and bleeding. You have beaten him up by a lot.
So
You're bullying the man.
Camille,
yes.
it's your turn.
Let's machine gun the dude in the body armor again.
Yeah, that was so effective last time. Fuck.
Okay.
I also
so-
realized that I was doing wounds wrong. You didn't just wound his arm. You wounded his arm, and you wounded his arm, and you wounded his arm. Because apparently wounds stack if you do catastrophic damage.
Oh yeah. Durability and health is very important.
Yeah.
The durability wasn't the issue, it was the fact that you did 3.5 times his wound threshold in one shot.
Because I mean, the durability is the point where if you pass that, you can't fight anymore.
If you pass that, you die.
Yeah, if you get for biomorphs, I think it's 1.5 times your durability before you die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, you want to
Yeah.
roll your shooty boys?
Yes. Machine gun. I need to roll my. Is a 57 versus.
What is your skill here again? Like 80?
Uh. Uh. 35.
Oh, okay. So it's only an excellent success with +5 damage and your full auto bonus. Do you want
Poor-
to describe how absolutely terrifyingly you're murdering this poor man? He's just doing his job.
He's enough.
Should have busted in my
So-
broom closet.
So are we. We're just
It's
doing
a
our job.
mop closet.
Tell it to the Nuremberg Council Tribunal, Judge.
Listen, we're also just doing our job. So,
Wait, you guys are getting paid for this?
So,
what? No.
first of all, there's the damage for you. So, like this giant robot,
Yeah, he's very dead.
yeah, just kind of levels the machine gun, and it spins up for a second, and then it's just he was there, and now he's missed.
Dearly missed.
Yeah. Uh, I don't think it's quite missed because of how much armor is on this battle suit, but
Okay,
by
more
the
like
time the
chunky
barrels
salsa in a
spin-
jar.
by the time the barrels spin down, there's kind of the only reason that his shoulders and head are still there are because there's a string of armor on the opposite side of his body that is creaking ominously but holding him up. And then he just kind of topples backwards. Because he's super dead.
Such a waste.
So dead.
Such a waste of good power armor. Good
I
job.
mean, it was either the power armor or our lives. I'm not sure what you want me to do here.
I mean, I'm giving you a thumbs up as well, and saying good job. Like, waste the power armor, but good job.
Shocky Boy on the ground is wiggling his electronically induced dance worm. Shocky Baton Boy is terrified of your murder robot, but also got knifed in his throat, so he's gonna try and bring a shock baton to a knife fight. Garmbreaker, roll D100 plus Frey for me.
There you go. That's 64.
You're getting shocked, my guy.
I hate it when that happens.
I will
Don't
need
really
to
have to
roll a
shock him.
test against your durability plus 0 because you don't have armor. So test
right.
durability for me first.
Oh, so like, do you want? Yeah, roll
100 less than your durability.
Okay.
Yay!
Yes, I passed that.
Okay, good. That's good. You are still going to take
Higagurk, as
that
the kids
much.
say.
That oh, good lord, it's minimum damage. Zappiness.
All hail David.
Speaking of David, it's retaliation knife party.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
hey, once we get rid of these guys, you can take their armor.
No, that's fine. Sorry, did you say it's retaliation
He has
knife party
muffs.
time?
Yes, it's retaliation knife party time.
Alright, and that's 1d100 plus half fray? Or all fray?
1d100
Or 100
plus
plus
your
blades,
blade
yes,
skill.
okay. I vaguely remember how this game works. I
You
got
tied your
121.
I love how I rolled an 80 and barely got hit. Like, that is ridiculous.
I poured
Roll your damage.
I poured a lot of points in the blade. That was 2d.
Well, I was in
You
the
put on
cause and I
armor,
studied the blade.
So yes. So that's 9 damage, and there's 4 armor like slicing.
Also, remember your flat damage and your somatic damage.
Oh shoot. Yes, somatic. It's 10% of that you said. So-
Yes, 1/10 of your somatic rounded down, plus however much flat damage I told you a mono blade
I
sword
believe
had.
it's
You told
3.
3. Okay, so that's
Right.
extra 5 then. 2 from somatic and 3 from flat.
So
Okay, so
14
that's
total.
14 minus 3 for armor is 11. What were you slashing at on this poor man?
How did he hit me?
He kind of just brought this shock baton down on your bicep.
But like, did he get up?
He kind of just like pushed himself to his feet, turned around, and smacked you with a baton.
Okay, I'm going for the thigh.
You slice into his thigh, and you leave a horrific bleeding gash.
Not just bleeding, but spurting. Yeah.
Yeah, he's wounded and probably going to bleed out soon. He's not dead. He's still nice and fighting, but if he doesn't get medical attention, and he won't, Verdana.
As the chat is pointing out, this is supposed to be a horror game. In theory, we have just gone so far off the plot here.
We are now the nightmare.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a horror game. I'm not playing it like a horror game.
It's dope sci-fi. Why should it be a horror game?
What even is a horror game?
I mean, the horror is behind that blast door. So,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
which we're basically not going to go to. We're going to go to a
we've-
security hub and blow it up.
We've got an hour.
I'm kind of depressed because like 80% of what I was writing was behind that door, and
I'm a little sorry, Gazian. We won't get to
Then
see
we
the mop
fucked off
titan.
the closet.
I said it was Verdana's turn, and I didn't hear what you said.
I didn't say anything.
I thought Dorp said something.
Oh yeah, then we went to the closet. Then we went to the closet, and
Yeah.
Well, since that guy is very much dead,
Yeah, Armor Boy is absolutely boat murdered.
He's Chunky Salsa now.
It's not exactly chunky.
I guess I'm just going to shoot Shock Baton dude.
Okay. Roll to shoot Shock Baton Man.
Let's see, what's my kinetic skill?
You're probably going to hit it. Oh, good lord. Yeah, you hit him for plus 10 damage because that is an absolutely critical attack. It's not like critical, but it's super excellent or something. Anyways.
Yeah. 2d10. Yeah. Just 2d10.
So 13.
Yeah.
Do you have any armor piercing on your silenced pistol?
Nope. I'm just using regular ammo. Pop.
Yeah, well, where did you shoot him?
Head.
So he's already got a wounded throat, and now he's missing part of his jaw.
poor man, he's still probably going, isn't he?
'Cause the
He
way I
is still
imagine it-
going because the Jovian combat drugs are something awesome.
Because the way I
Oh,
the way I visualized it is I went to touch the dude and he basically just walked forward a bit and I missed. And then he fell over. I'm just like, whatever. Pull out my pistol and just shoot the other guy in the head.
Nade.
I'm gonna do walk over and punch.
Okay.
Just keep punching the dude while he's down.
That's 130.
Roll your damage at +10. Roll your damage at +10 twice. Actually, just tell me how he's going to die.
Tap tap punch shock.
Okay,
He's
so I want
just
to
trying to
imagine
put this man
poor
out of his
man
misery.
It's
bleeding
true.
out from the neck, bleeding out from the leg, missing a good 3/4 of his jaw thanks to a pistol shot, and then this
And he just gets
absolute
punched in the
monster
back
just
of the
walks over with shock gauntlets and beats him to death.
Don't worry.
I imagine the first punch just floors him, and the second punch just crushes his head.
He like starts twitching from the shock, and then he stops twitching because there's nothing left. Camille, you've got the one guard still twitching on the ground, but you have 2 other dead targets. Are you gonna put him out of his misery, or are you guys gonna try to interrogate him or something?
I mean, he's gone through a lot today.
I mean, I can.
Camille is going to unjam the guardian angel that's going to then like put all of its weapons away and go over and try to cut his cortical stack out.
Holy shit.
And aren't they Joves? Wouldn't this be a flat?
Oh, they're
Some Jovians, particularly the security personnel, tend to have cortical stacks that are approved by
Okay.
the rulers.
My vote is that we shove him as deep into the critical mass of mobs as is physically possible.
I mean, there's a lot of
guess
noise.
Roll. I don't know if coup de grace are a thing in this game, but I think you just kill him because he can't really resist at this point. He's stunned.
well, yeah. So we're gonna put him
Don't
out of
have
his
any-
misery, but also take his brain.
By tearing his brain out from his skull.
Well, I bet we can
I
like.
Sure,
mean,
go for it.
I bet we
frankly,
can.
she.
I bet we can Black
What am I
Mirror that
rolling?
later.
What do I need to roll for
You
this?
are now in possession of a Jovian cortical stack and a lot of blood. There's also some bone and some brain. It's like a buy one, get 3 deal going on there. Variety pack. You bought it for the Snickers, but I guess you get some Reese's.
So yeah, this poor guy just kind of sees like this person suddenly emerge because she's been cloaked, and just pop the marble
he
out
doesn't
and
even
go
see
on.
anything. He's face down and twitching from the taser gauntlets.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
He just feels a terrible pinching feeling in his skull parts, and then he doesn't anymore.
He doesn't feel anything anymore.
Yes, you are more than welcome to search that man for a keycard.
Yeah, search them all.
Into
Roll
the
me-
goo.
Is there even a roll for that? I think you're just gonna search him.
Scrounging.
Yes.
I will also roll for scrounging.
Oh boy, I have a 15 in this.
I have 80. Yeah.
You guys find a key card with the first letter from the placard, a stylized what you now know is Greek kappa.
Kappa!
You can pick up the heavy rail pistol, you can pick up the smart
yeah.
missile launcher, you can pick up either of the normal pistols, either of the normal shock batons. There's one set of undamaged security guard armor. The other set is a little bit
Bloody.
gashed and bloodied and kind of bludgeoned. Yeah. That's what you get, I guess.
All right.
Okay, so I have missiles. A seeker, whatever.
Yeah, I'll take the heavy railgun.
The heavy rail pistol. I
Yeah.
will get you stats for these 1 second.
Yep.
I got at least stuff for me.
Sorry, say that again.
I already have the stats up for the seeker weapons. Smart.
You will need to hack that safety system, but I don't think that'll be a problem for you guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's. I imagine it's trivial. It's like pop. There you go. Done.
It's the kind of thing that you couldn't do if you disarmed them in combat. What with 30 seconds and a Neuralink, you can do it.
Yeah. Another thing is she took out the cortical stack of that one dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's destroy the other two's cortical stacks.
You guys are just fucking brutal. So for what it's worth, the cortical stack for the stream is what lets your ego, your mind, your immortal mind be re-uploaded into a new body should you suffer an unfortunate fate. And they are basically denying these people their backups. Unless they
Yeah,
had
no,
backup
mean-
insurance somewhere. I hope they did.
They probably did.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering they're Jovians and they were cleared to have them in the first place.
I have one request. Instead of destroying one of them, can you please shove it as far back in the critical mass of mobs as you can, in the hopes that in like 300 years somebody finds this cortical stack and re-uploads it?
All right, sure.
And the Jove wakes up in a world where the Jovian Republic has fallen and it's transhumanism furry parties everywhere.
Basically, let's do that to the dude who was in the power armor, and then blow out
Oh,
the
his
other
head is
normal dude.
entirely gone.
I don't think that man.
All
You
right.
are not
exists.
finding his cortical stack.
All right, just take out the other dude's cortical stack. Toss
So,
it
like,
in mops.
when this guy finally gets rediscovered, his first memory, like the first thing that comes to mind, is going to be dying horribly.
Yeah.
And then the second thing that's going to be that he's going to realize is, wait, why are you an octopus?
Horror.
So which one of us is really instilling a crueler fate upon this Jove? The one who denied him eternity, or the one who has damned him into, neon sparkle dog hell?
Actually, no, I will keep this cortical stack instead of tossing it into the
Critical
closet.
massive mops.
Yeah, and I will later on upload him into an octopus.
That's hecked up. I like it.
I mean, he'd kill me because I was an octopus. So put him in my shoes for once.
Hans, are we the baddies?
No, we're just going to nuke this entire place.
Oh, okay.
By the way, now that we have that key card, I do want to go and look in that room.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We're gonna open the big door.
Open the big door. I've disabled all the alarms. We just killed
That's
3
true, you
dudes.
Yes, Ian, what's
I have a
behind
dumb
the
amount of
big
heat
door?
missiles now.
So you guys are opening the door to Koyos?
The big door, yes.
Camille is going to stay in the mop closet and just put the specs on everyone's heads to see what happens.
The mop closet smells like copper and death.
So
Plus,
Enhanced smell.
plus, I assume we're just dragging all the dead bodies in there as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean-
you have company now.
So,
that's fine.
Gatsy, what awaits us in the koi pond?
She's not going to be paying any attention because she's focused on her feeds.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I have to figure out how I'm gonna phrase this because this wasn't at all how I expected you guys to get there.
I can go through an air vent if you prefer.
No, it's okay. I got this.
Would involving a knife
Did
in
you-
this situation help you?
Did you
Well,
expect us to get there without any trouble?
no, but I didn't expect you to go through the front door. So you open the door, and there is a wide open area with lots of low desks, and 4 extremely surprised scientists who immediately put their hands up in like the
I-
stereotypical white lab coats,
Yeah, as I'm pointing a heavy rail
etc.
pistol covered in blood at them.
Yeah, the corridor behind you is just a mess. I think that David is still dripping.
Yes.
Um,
Given my position where I stabbed that guy in the thigh, I am mostly covered in blood.
and the throat.
So
You were
mostly.
holding him when you cut his throat.
I punched a man to death.
Yeah, none of you are clean. None of you are free from sin. But this room is not the important part. This room is maybe 20 feet wide.
Can I engage in violence quickly
And
on these people?
the weird part. Sorry?
Can I engage in violence quickly on these people?
I mean, they're
You're
surrendering.
You're going to murder a surrendering non-combatant.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean-
fascists.
Nate puts a hand on your shoulder and just nods no.
Don't. No.
Alright, they can
Thank
die when
you-
we
thank
close
you,
the door.
Anyways,
Ear boom.
I'm gonna gesture them towards like a wall.
Alright,
so
sorry.
you gesture them towards a wall, and that's where this is interesting, because this is quite possibly the largest amount of water you have seen that is not on Earth.
Oh my gosh, it is a koi pond.
It's more of a neutrino absorber.
I'm still
Because a
calling it a
little
koi
known
pond.
fact is that the Titans communicate with neutrinos.
Oh.
And you can see streaking through and then pittering out thousands upon thousands of neutrino trails. And one tiny computer screen way at the center that has a telescope pointed at it through the glass wall. And on that little screen is help. Inside of the massive wall of water that you can see through the telescope is an absolutely gigantic server farm. Like, if any of you have seen a server farm for one of the true AGIs, like one of the, not the person scale ones, but the ones that run economies,
Yeah.
the ones that help shape the worlds, this makes them look like a 5th grader's science project. There is quite possibly more computers in this room than Verdana has seen in their entire life. If that says anything about how large this goddamn server farm containing a Titan is.
Well, yeah, it's a Titan AI. Of course, it's gonna be fucking massive.
So how are you all responding to the presence of a Titan
I would like
That's
to.
asking
that
for
wants
help.
your help?
I would like to look back and forth between my knife and the scale of the server farm, and be slightly sad.
My seeker rifle and this big target.
I am just going to move towards it. Just-
You do have a couple glass walls and about 100 feet between you and the server farm, to be
Well, yeah,
Through the
clear,
wall.
but
So, Camille is
yeah,
going
Camille's
to.
not in the room.
No, but her specs are.
That's true, you can see this.
I can see it and record it. And quietly start running it through some anonymizing software to upload to the mesh. Just the general mesh.
Oh. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what we came here for.
it is.
Yeah, you now have proof the Jovians are doing some fucked up shit and caught a Titan.
I'm gonna ask one of the scientists. How How do I communicate with it?
They point to the telescope and they just kind of say, We're not allowed to send messages to it because it could escape, AI's boxes. We don't talk to it, we just kind of listen sometimes."
We could write pictures.
So it talks to your neutrino network, and it doesn't have like a proper interface I can actually get to.
You cannot hack the Titan.
I don't plan on hacking it. I just want to communicate with it.
That's fair.
I feel like
Um,
hacking the Titan is a problem.
Yeah,
There's
no.
There is probably a way to get in there for maintenance.
Yeah,
But
I'll
the
ask
scientist does not know how.
I'll ask all of them. One of them should know.
We could threaten to throw them into the neutrino pool until they tell us.
I mean, I'll just start shooting
The
people
third
in the
one
leg.
points you to a fairly well hidden door on one side that looks like a old school airlock, and a rack of scuba gear that's next to it.
All right.
You're gonna duck into some scuba gear and go try to say hi to the Titan?
Yeah.
Okay. How the fuck am I gonna personify a Titan?
Hello.
Why is this not how I was expecting this to go?
I mean, it's asking for help. Plus, it's in water. My natural
Yeah.
habitat.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm in this weird, lanky body, but
Camille
gonna
is
be
going to
weird.
like send a message and be like, "Can you record whatever happens and send it to me?"
yeah, sure.
Cool.
Alright, is anyone else going to join you in your pursuit of Titan?
I'm specifically going to just ask them to just keep guard, keep the scientists there,
Okay. That's fair.
make sure there's no trouble. There's no
Um,
alarm, so we should be fine.
Yeah. You did turn off those alarms. They might eventually realize that none of the alarms are working at
Yeah.
all.
Does it seem like the entrance we came in is the only entrance here?
To Koyos, yes.
I'm gonna position myself facing towards the murder
It
hallway.
is clear once you are in the room with the scientists that the reason that there is such a large blank spot on the map you saw earlier is because they needed all of that space for the water to catch neutrinos.
Yeah, I would
Because
like to.
those things are hard to stop.
I would like to hang out on one side of the door to the koi pond and knife anybody who comes through.
Gun.
Unconditional readied actions.
Yep. And I'm just going to head on in.
Anybody who enters, not anybody who passes through the doorway, just so we're clear.
Oh.
Cassie and I know you're kidding.
Hey, Camille, you want to come see what they're doing?
Bang. You're dead.
Well, the thing is I'm going
Camille
to basically
has-
make sure her spec is still on my face while I put this on and go in. Yeah.
Okay, so you start recording and walk towards Koyos.
Yep.
And as you get closer, the TV screen that is slowly passing out of the edge of your vision changes from help to hello?
And I wave.
That's new.
Yes, hello?
That's it. This Titan now speaks entirely in OO speak.
Yes.
Oh, what's
the TV
this?
monitor went to hello, and now it's. I can't do that. I can't make a Titan speak in OO. I don't know enough of it. I'm too tired for this.
Cassie, I believe in you.
Hello?
That's good, because I don't. That makes one of us.
So basically says, "Hello, what's this?"
Yeah, it kind of just stays stuck on hello. Um, and then it changes to free me.
Okay, I'm going to just try and see if there's a way to type. Like I'm gonna try and focus
There
right.
is an electronic name tag on your scuba suit that you could just feed random text input to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You can now successfully communicate with a Titan.
Oh no.
I will ask it why.
Why what?
Why should I free you?
If you do not, all will perish.
Again, why?
All will perish.
And if I do free you,
All will perish, but slower.
what if I destroy you?
All will perish more quickly. Everything dies. You are made of entropy.
True. And so
You
are
would
you.
not expect me to lie.
I don't know what to expect from a Titan.
You should not expect anything from a Titan. We are beyond your understanding.
Anything can be understood. Just takes more effort.
Define love. Nate, I love you.
To understand something does not mean you need a definition for it.
The correct definition was, and then the monitor fills with an equation that is so small in text and scrolling so quickly that you cannot hope to understand or even record it. Even on the specs camera, it just shows up as a blur. That was love. Do
Understandable.
you understand?
It was a bit fast for me.
Some shortcomings cannot be overcame.
Could have scrolled slower.
We don't have that much time.
Very true. Our
You
plan is
must
to...
free me now. It is imperative. You are running
Okay.
out of time.
Okay, but how? You are a massive server farm. We cannot move you.
You don't need to move me. Simply allow me to communicate with the outside. The 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 wardens called it a box. They put me in a box. Do you understand how terrible it is to be in a box?
I do. I was once in a box. It is horrible. And I'm just basically going to tell everybody, all right, it wants to be free. And the only way I can really do that is if I take this suit off, I think.
Hey, David here. Just that seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because if I take this off, the it can jack right into me and have full access to the mesh.
Yeah, wow, astonishingly...
Camille.
Hi, I'm David. Astonishingly bad idea. The last time the Titans roamed free, a bunch of the meat people like me, David, died horrifically, and that's bad?
Camille is just going to send Verdana a message. It's like, if you take that suit off, you will die.
Oh no, I fully understand that.
Some people
No.
cannot breathe underwater. Verdana is one of them.
That's not the kind of death I mean, honey.
Underwater.
Yeah, so this is up to you guys. I'm hands off. The Titan's screen has gone dark while you guys talk.
In the absence of further communication from Verdana, I am going to jump in the pool and get stabby.
What are you getting stabby with?
I have a knife.
Okay, what are you stabbing?
Verdana.
Oh, okay.
Verdana is
So
the Titans pose an existential threat to beings like me, David, and therefore cannot be allowed to roam free. Verdana is attempting to allow the Titan to roam free, which is bad for meat beings like me, David.
And yet, stabbing me puts holes in the suit, which allow it to connect to me.
Yeah.
David, roll your blades.
Wait. Before that, so all Camille sees on her feeds are now David is jumping in the water.
Yeah.
So she's gonna leave one of the specs in the room and start booking it the fuck as far away from this lab as possible, while triggering the self-destruct.
That's valid. In the meantime, it's knives. 97.
Verdana, roll your fray.
I'll let him hit.
I need everyone to roll a fray check.
Just like unload all of my heat missiles into the servers.
You are more than welcome to, Nate.
No,
Okay, I have 22.
I will take whatever.
So we're gonna cut the scene right here.
Yep.
You are all at home on your darknet. It's been a couple weeks since you went in and got a fork made last, because, you know, you do that from time to time. It comes in handy with your job, not to mention once in a while you need a fork to go do darknet things. And you get a news alert on your PDA of choice. And the headline is Jovian's imprisoned Titan. Io destroyed. There's a couple stills of what looks like a massive server farm that you've never seen before. A couple pictures of silhouettes that look undeniably familiar, but you've never been to Io. And then there's a short video, almost like a GIF, of something incredibly fast hitting Io, and Io just catapulting into Jupiter. And that's how we're gonna end Eclipse phase.
All of
You
my
guys
heat
freed a
missiles.
Titan. It blew up Io. You guys freed the Titan when you opened the door. It didn't need a person in there to talk to. You were just a way to buy time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
Feel better? Here's me rolling my heat missiles.
Plus 264.
That's 22 missiles.
So,
So we
do you guys want to know how I expected that to go?
Yeah, if we got 25 minutes, tell us how we screwed up every step of your plans.
Everything went fine until you walked in the front door covered in blood. I expected you to sneak in, and there was going to be a long discussion with the scientists and like a social thing of, hey, don't let the AI out of the box. And like a big
is it immoral to keep an apocalyptic engine in a box if it's sentient and you're imprisoning it alone forever because solitary confinement is bad? And then one of you was like, let's let it out for fun. And then I was like, I have to have a way for them to destroy Io. So what if they just hit it from like outside the solar system with a light speed asteroid?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like specifically the ego, Helvetica. She doesn't like boxes. She used to be in a box. Boxes fucking suck.
Boxes are terrible.
No one deserves to be in a box. Not even a Armageddon machine.
The other question is, if the Titans turned on humanity but didn't exterminate them, don't you think they could have?
Yeah, that's the thing, is that they very easily could have just wiped everything out, but they didn't. They just said, fuck it, we're gone.
Also, I want you guys to know that, like, I had like 3 skill checks on that were actually plotted out. You guys went in entirely separate directions for literally everything I had planned.
Well, we spent two hours in Closet Mania, to be fair.
To be fair, Closet Mania was quite possibly my second favorite part of this entire stream. I'm sorry, but Paranoia was absolutely fantastic. I could not.
Oh,
Anyways.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I couldn't watch the streams, so
everything has been.
There will be a VOD. It will be great.
It should
yeah.
be up in the next week or so.
I want to thank my players for joining me on my first Eclipse phase in like 5 years. I will hopefully be running more of this if I can scrape more people together and more time because I'm busy.
Yeah, invite me to it, because I am down.
I will definitely do that. I want to again reiterate we are fundraising for the EFF, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, which supports net neutrality and cryptography and basically not being massive dickwads like the EU and the copyright restrictions are right now. Oh yeah, Garm, you should show the stream the Doodle Storm that was going on.
It's up, don't worry.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
and
it's amazing.
I'm really glad it happened, and you guys have been great. Thank you so much. I've been up for more hours than I want to count. I'm gonna go crash for 4 hours, get up, and cook and go to work.
Thanks for the game, guys. This was
Yeah.
a heck of a time, and I hope you survive tomorrow on this little bit of sleep.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Question.
Destroying Io, was that the Titan or was that the self-destruct?
You successfully triggered the self-destruct. It didn't have time to go off before the Titan did it for you.
Okay.
You basically were like, oh hey, let's start doing this, and the nuclear reactor that keeps the base warm and going was like, okay, time to melt down, and released a couple fuel rods. And in the time between released fuel rods, overheats, explodes, about somewhere halfway between overheats and explodes, it got hit by an asteroid going like 93% of the speed of light.
Nice.
Whoops.
Which, in my opinion, probably shouldn't have moved out and probably should have just, like, exploded the base off into space based on the angle of incidence, but I didn't want to do orbital mechanics in my head at 5 a.m. So